Hello friends, today we'll study about pseudo first order reactions. You know about first order reaction. First order reaction are those in which the overall order of the reaction is 1. That is, the rate is directly proportional to the first order of the reactant. That means the reactant's power will be 1. So what is the pseudo first order reaction? In pseudo first order reaction, the word pseudo means that it is not genuine, right? So it means the reaction seems to be of other order, more than first order or zero order, but actually it is the first order reaction. So that's why its name is given as pseudo first order reaction. So let us learn this reaction with the help of an example, right? For example, when you treat ethyl acetate with water in the presence of acid, it will give acetic acid and ethanol. So I'll write the reaction. CH3 COO C2H5. This is ethyl acetate plus water in the presence of H plus gives C2H5OH, that is alcohol plus acetic acid, right? So here initially the concentration of ethyl acetate at time 0 is, for example, it is 0.01 mole, right? And the water is in large amount, so it is, for example, 10 mole, right? And ethanol will be then, since the limiting reagent is ethyl acetate, that is 0.01 mole, it is present in less amount, so the product will also be, the moles of product will also be the same, so it will also be 0.01 mole. Both the quantities will be 0.01 moles, right? Sorry, initially it will be 0 moles. Initially it will be 0 moles, but after some time t, this will be consumed because it is the limiting reagent, and this will be left because 0.01 mole will react with only 0.01 moles, so it will remain to be 9.9, right? Because 0.01 moles of water has been reacted with ethyl acetate, and it will become 0.1 mole, 0.01 mole, and this will also be 0.01 mole. Why? Because the limiting reactant was ethyl acetate, so moles of ethyl acetate will be equals to the moles of product. Okay, so final conclusion, what we got, that the concentration or the moles of water remains almost the same. It has not been changed, right? So we can say the concentration of water is constant. Okay, so rate of this reaction will be K dash, concentration of ethyl acetate, and concentration of water. Okay, so since the concentration of water is constant, so we can and K dash is the rate constant, so it will be also constant. So multiplying the constant with another constant will give a constant, that is K. Let us say it is K. So now the rate will be K into concentration of C2H5. So this is the final rate. So what we have concluded is that the final rate of the reaction is dependent on the concentration of ethyl acetate and it is raised to the power 1. Therefore, the overall order of the reaction is 1. Okay, so that's why it is called pseudo first order reaction, because there was another term in the rate equation but its value doesn't change the rate, right? So this is the case of pseudo first order reaction. Another example for pseudo first order reaction is inversion of cane sugar, that is sucrose is changed to glucose and fructose when it is hydrolyzed in the presence of acid. So I will write the reaction and then we will solve a question. Sucrose is C12H22O11. When it is hydrolyzed in the presence of acid, it gives C6H12O6 glucose plus C6H12O6 fructose, right? So it's also of pseudo first order reaction, that is the rate is equals to K concentration of sucrose C12H22O11 and the water part, it is independent, the rate is independent of the concentration of water. So this is also a pseudo first order reaction. Now we will solve a question. Now we'll see a problem related to pseudo first order reaction. There is a reaction given of methyl acetate. The hydrolysis of methyl acetate give acetic acid and methanol. So they have given that its rate is equals to K dash concentration of methyl acetate and into concentration of water. So we have to, and also provided some data. So we have to prove that this is the pseudo first order reaction, and also we have to find the K dash. Given is H2O concentration is 55 mole per liter, and at time 0, 30, 60 and 90 minutes, the concentration of methyl acetate is are these. Okay. So first, if it is pseudo first order reaction, then its rate constant K will be find out by the formula K is equals to 2.303 upon T log original concentration upon concentration at time T. So this is the rate of rate constant for first order reaction, right? So for each of these we will find. So when we put for 0 minute time, we can't find the rate constant. So by putting the 30 minutes time and the concentration at initial concentration for this will be 0.8500 upon concentration at 30 minutes will be 0.8004, and by putting this we will get K is equals to 2 into 10 raised to minus 3 per minute, right? So yeah, now we will find the rate constant at time 60 minutes. So by putting 60 here at T, and C naught will be, that is original or previous concentration will be 0.004, that is at 30 minutes, and the concentration at time T, that is 60 minutes, will be 0.7538. So by putting all these values we will get K is equals to the same, 2 into 10 raised to minus 3 per minute, right? Now at time 90 minutes we will put T is equals to 90 log C naught. C naught means the previous concentration, the concentration at previous time, that is at 60 minutes it is 0.7538 upon C is, that is concentration at time T, it will be 0.7096, right? so it will also come out to be 2 into 10 raised to minus 3 per minute. So overall the grade constant is coming constant by this formula. So it is a it is the first order reaction. Now what is K? It is here given K dash. So K is equals to K dash into CH3COO CH3, right? Because this K dash is equals to K into CH3COO, because the K dash H2O will be, I'm really sorry, what happens in pseudo first order reaction, the K dash H2O is the constant part, right? This is the constant part, so this will be equals to K dash H2O is the constant part. So this is the condition for pseudo first order reaction. Now we have proved it is pseudo first order reaction because it is following the constant K with the formula of first order reaction. Now K dash H2O is equals to K, and we have calculated K as 2 into 10 raised to minus 3 per minute, and H2O concentration is 55 mole per liter. We will put these value and we will finally get the value for K dash, right? And it will come out to be 3.64 into 10 raised to minus 5 per mole liter per minute, because H2O concentration is mole per liter, so it will go here and the unit will become per mole liter per minute is the unit for K. So this is the final K dash value. So this is what we have to find in the question. So I hope you got the topic. Thank you.